Grace!
Hey, Sophie. Look, about earlier.
Would you like to join us, Grace?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Well, I've already told her all about our journey, so I was thinking I would sing for Fade a little bit. I just thought you might like to listen too.
Oh,
Is something wrong?
that song. Huh. Oh, I don't mind listening, but I wanted to say I'm sorry. For earlier.
For what? Oh, yes, that. I'm sorry. I think I've probably said more than I should, too. Fade says she doesn't mind much anymore, either. So, please, Grace, don't worry about it anymore, okay?
Man, I feel like such a jackass. All that talk about allies and enemies was a load of bull, wasn't it?
Music brings people's hearts together. That's why I wanted Fade to hear my singing. I was hoping she could sing along. But she's never heard the song before, so I guess she'll need to learn it first.
I never said I was going to sing.
Oh, you don't have to. But if you ever feel like it, please, feel free.
Well, I guess we're all back to normal, huh?
Alright, let's take it from the top.
What's the matter? You look weird.
Says the pot to the kettle.
Haven't heard this song in a while. You know, when I first met Sophie, she was singing this one. Look, I'm sorry about that stuff I said.
Your suspicions were hardly unfounded. I've told Master as much.
You trying to get me to lower my guard, because you're about 100 years too early.
If I wanted to kill you, I would have waited until we were alone.
What?
But a homunculus's job is to protect its master. I wouldn't do something that stupid. Of course, whether or not you want to believe me is up to you.
A homunculus, huh? Yeah, well, Mel said about the same thing. But if you turn on us, I'll die before I let you hurt Sophie. I promise.
Fade, what's going on? Huh? Did I say something wrong?
I'm afraid I don't have the capacity to understand this music.
Because you're a homunculus?
Grace!
Yes, Grace, that is exactly why.
Well, even so, I'm sure that someday you'll understand it. Now, one more time.
Sophie, you need to rest.
No, I'm fine. Singing is much more fun than just sitting around, and it's better for me. It's true.
Yeah. Man, once you get an idea in that head of yours, there's no stopping you, huh? Fine, do what you want.
I think I will.
Yeah, well, it's about time for me to be heading back.
All right. Tomorrow you'll be my bodyguard again, right?
Of course. Who do you think I am?
Would you like to join in, Fade?
No, I'm quite all right.
Well, if you change your mind, please let me know.
Yes, Master.
Well, if she's telling the truth, I guess I can trust Fade. Unless that's part of her plan. Damn. If she's out to kill Sophie, she'd do it when they're alone. She said so herself. Damn. Alright, Grace, knock it off. Driving yourself crazy isn't gonna help anyone. Protect Sophie. That's all that matters. Man. I'm really tired. Maybe an early bedtime is in order. Hey, Mel.
My, oh my, if it isn't Grace.
I gotta ask, Is that really any fun? Libraries, I mean?
Well, they do contain the collected knowledge of thousands of great minds. But that's beside the point. I've been expecting you, Grace.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You've finally realized the power of knowledge, haven't you, Grace?
Oh, I was just here to check up on you, Mel.
Oh, you flatter me. But there is not need for such lies now. There is not a man alive who can resist the temptation of all this knowledge!
Right. Well, I'll see you around.
Oh, wait a second!
I'm not really... Anyway, looks like you're pretty busy, so I'll just...
Come, have some tea, and relax.
Huh? Is it really okay to have tea in a library?
No, of course not. I lied.
Why, you...
Don't worry about it. Read some of the great literature that surrounds us, and relax your mind.
I'm, not really that big on reading books. I'm better at other things.
Oh, like what sort of things?
Well, swords?
Oh, that won't do at all! There are 3 paths to knowledge. Academics, interaction, and experience. Grace, you have neglected the path of academia!
I don't really know what to say.
What you are missing, Grace, is the knowledge gained from academics. Now, pick a book, any book, it doesn't matter, and educate yourself!
Well, if you insist. Let's see here. Ishtar's history as seen through ruins.
Oh! I sense the beginning of a magnificent quest!
Long ago there was a kingdom known as Ishtar.
What's the matter?
This is a pain in the ass.
You haven't even started yet! This is only the beginning of the beginning! You can't stumble now! You just see this book as a list of facts, yes? No, good! Look at it as a story! Yes, much more interesting for someone like, you.
Huh? You mean it's not just facts?
Well, of course not! Oh my! You are in for a treat! Very well. Would you like me to teach you about the history of the Ishtar ruins? Long, long ago, before Floral Moss was a kingdom, it was just a group of small states in the Nation of Water, ruled by the hereditary feudal lords. One particular country with a peculiar religion rose to power over the others. The name of that kingdom was Ishtar. The god they worshipped in Ishtar was... different, you could say. Well, I suppose it wasn't really a god, but their late king. When an heir was born, the king and queen began to be worshipped by the people as living gods.
Living?
I suppose it's rather cold, but after the king passed away and was glorified as a deity, the belief in the kings and queens as gods became even stronger. Into this world, the twin princes of Ishtar were born, and there were none who suspected that their names would become synonymous with misery.
This sounds like a long story.
Quiet, you! This is where it gets interesting!
Really?
As I was saying, the king relinquished his throne to the newborn prince, or, well, that was how it was supposed to work. But these two were twins, so things were a little bit different.
How different?
Well, normally, the eldest would take the throne, and the youngest would be enshrined with his father. But this time, the queen insisted that the youngest take the throne, and the eldest be enshrined with his father.
Why's that?
There are way too many stories for anybody to know the truth. But the young prince defied tradition, abandoned the rituals of his people, and refused to produce an heir. Perhaps he thought that doing so would allow him to live forever. The kingdom had been in decline for many years, but its collapse began when the prince ordered the destruction of his family's mausoleum. For the length of his time on the throne, the young prince had never gone to the mausoleum for any reason. So it came as a surprise when he ordered a number of his vassals to the tomb with him and ordered them to destroy it. They refused, of course. So the prince picked up a hammer and began his assault on centuries of tradition. Of course, this was not the sort of task one man could accomplish by himself. As his subjects watched in horror, the wall of the mausoleum cracked, as if struck by an invisible force. The prince, hammer in hand, was crushed beneath the crumbling stone of his family's tomb. Losing both its king and deity in one night, the kingdom of Ishtar soon crumbled upon itself. There are some interesting arguments as to why the prince suddenly turned to such violent acts of desecration. Some say he was possessed by the spirits of his brother and the queen. They say some of the king's subjects present that night saw the hands of spirits reaching out of the tomb. And even now, those spirits wait beneath the statue, waiting.
This sounds like a horror story.
Oh, there is no doubt those spirits actually exist. They are as real as you or I. At any rate, Grace, haven't you been to the Ishtar ruins to search for gems? I seem to recall Sophie mentioning something of the sort.
Oh, yes. Well, it sure wasn't a very nice place, I can say that much.
Then perhaps you have already met him, the deathless spirit, the cursed prince of Ishtar.
Well, I don't really remember meeting anything like that.
Are you so sure, Grace? Perhaps you did and simply didn't realize it.
Hey there. Wait a minute.
Spirits often have some kind of attachment to the material world. They will find a suitable vessel and attach themselves to it.
Yeah, I've heard stories, but...
I just realized.
Realized what?
There's the ghost of Ishtar! Right behind you! Of course, I can say nothing with certainty, but it is undeniably true that there are stories of that sort associated with the Ishtar ruins.
Hey!
I was hoping to get a little more of a reaction than that. All of that hard work. Wasted.
Wait, did you make all that up?
Oh no! Not all of it! The ghosts and Ishtar's history are well documented and well known. Admittedly, the part about a ghost behind you was a lie.
Not that it matters, but I gotta say, your face was scarier than any story.
Oh! Why, the nerve!
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, if you can start to see these books as stories instead of dry lists of facts, then you may learn to enjoy the history of our world a little more.
It kinda started to sound like some ghost story there at the end, though.
Well, I thought you might enjoy that sort of thing, so I spiced the story up a bit. What do you think? Did you enjoy it?
I suppose. I mean, when you make it into a story like that, I gotta admit, starts to sound almost interesting.
Even that minor admission makes this all worth the effort. If I can interest you even a little in history, I'm happy.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Oh, you need not thank me. Of course, if you insist on showing your gratitude, perhaps something more physical.
Whoa, 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 hey! Didn't I tell you to knock that off?
Oh, I apologize. You just seem to be in a good mood today, so I thought perhaps I could, coerce you.
Why are you so determined to examine me anyway?
Why, for science!
I don't get it.
Grace, your body contains an unheard-of volume of magical energy. Why, the mind boggles at the numbers!
You mentioned that before. So what's the deal with me then?
That's what I don't know. Even Mr. Bleep Bleep 3.0 only says abnormal readings.
So how exactly is cutting me open gonna advance magical science?
Do you remember what Patty said when we were at the Forest of Souls?
About how magical stuff reacts to me weird?
Yes. There was a clear difference in how the item reacted to each of you. There must be some factor, something, perhaps something within you. Grace, I have to find it. Not only could it radically increase the efficiency of magical item usage, but it could lead to some truly groundbreaking discoveries!
I think you're blowing this out of proportion.
Well, there's also the matter of public image, of course. Now take them off! After all, nobody ever comes back here. Strip for me. For old time's sake.
What do you mean old time's sake? Like I'd ever get naked for you!
Oh, dear. Now you're angry. I only ask because I want a world full of peace.
Weren't you just talking about public image or something?
Ah, shit.
Well, as long as it doesn't involve taking off my clothes or getting cut up, I'll help you in whatever way I can.
So you'll do it then?
On second thought.
Promises are like the full moon. If they are not kept, they diminish day by day.
Fine. But I got conditions. Conditions.
Oh! I understand. Of course!
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think it's time we say goodbye for today.
Oh, is that so? Well, next time I'd love to sit down and have some tea with you or something.
I thought you can't do that here.
Of course not! Well, that was a joke. It doesn't have to be here, you know.
Huh? You say something?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah. Well, it's back to the grind tomorrow, so make sure you get some rest, alright?
Of course. I have a little more reading to do, and then I will return to the inn.
Sounds good. See you tomorrow, Mel.
Hello, sweetheart.
What are you doing here? I thought you were going to go look around.
Well, I was, but this isn't the capital for nothing, you know. I don't even know where to start.
There's not that much to see.
Maybe. Oh, I know, sweetheart. Why don't you show me around town?
Huh? Show you around? Well, I don't know that there's much to show, but if that's what you really want.
Hooray! I knew I could count on you. You're the greatest! noticed.
We're just gonna walk around, alright?
That sounds great!
Yeah, okay. Well, let's go.
Yay!
Well, here you have one of the main streets of the capital. You can take one of these side streets to reach the residential areas.
Whoa! It's huge!
Yeah, I guess you could say that. From the front gates here, you can go all sorts of places, like the Nation of Water. But there's not really that much to see here, apart from that. So what do you say we move on?
Do you think we could just walk a bit slower?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
And then maybe we can hold hands. Sweetheart? Sweetheart?
Sweetheart? Who?
What's the matter?
How about we, don't hold hands, okay?
What? Why not, sweetheart?
Is that the sweetheart?
So it would seem.
Let's get out of here, Tenon.
Wait for me, sweetheart!
This should be far enough.
What's the matter, sweetheart? Why did you run off like that?
Look, Tenon, about this sweetheart stuff. Yeah, look, you see, you think you could, you know, not call me that anymore?
Then, you mean...
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Oh my! You should have said something! I had no idea!
Well, I'm glad we had this talk.
I thought perhaps it was a bit early for this, but...
Too early? What are you...
But if that's what you want, sweetheart, then I can make it happen.
Hey, Tenon?
Yes, my love?
My love?
My love? Hold on there! You don't get it, do you?
Huh? I don't get what?
My love is even worse than sweetheart!
Then what should I call you?
Well, I don't know! How about my name?
Oh.
Look, it's weird. I mean, you and I aren't exactly, you know.
You're terrible! How can you say that after you saw me naked?
Naked? Did she say naked?
But, well...
Well, that was... It was just an accident. I didn't...
Now he's just making excuses.
Okay. You can call me sweetheart. You can call me whatever you want. Let's just get out of here.
Huh? But you still haven't told me anything about this train station.
Some stuff happened and now the trains don't run. The end. Now go.
Oh! Wait for me, sweetheart!
Finally. There's nobody here. Wait a minute. Why the hell am I so tired? All I've been doing is showing you around town.
Well, maybe it's all the running.
I think the reason I've had to run all over town is the real problem.
I don't get it.
Don't worry about it.
Really? So where are we?
The library, I guess. It's got a lot of books and it's, pretty famous, I think.
There aren't very many people here.
Yeah, well, can you blame them? Reading about history is pretty boring. So what do you want to do? Go in? I'll bet Mel's in there, doing some kind of research or something.
To be honest, I don't really read books and stuff much. I guess you might say I'm more brawn than brains.
You too, huh?
Oh, so you like to get physical too, sweetheart?
Yeah, swinging a sword around's way easier than slogging through some book.
I guess we've got more in common than we thought.
Yeah, I guess we do. Well, we don't want to disturb Mel, so we should probably be moving on.
Yeah.
Then again, we've kind of already seen everything there is to see here.
To be honest, I'm a little thirsty from all that running.
Well, you want to go hit the tavern? I bet they'll have something for you. Well, here's the tavern. Bet you've never been here before.
Come over here, girl. We'll show you a good time.
Do you mind, gentlemen? You are disturbing the other customers.
Other customers? What other customers?
Huh? Oh man, them again.
They look kinda gross.
Yay, not so loud.
Huh? What was that? What'd you say?
Ah! I think she just called you gross!
Oh, hello, Grace. I just sent someone over to the guild a few moments ago, but you had other business here, right?
Yeah, I was just feeling a little thirsty, so I thought I'd stop by.
Grace? From the Mercenaries Guild? I've heard that name before. Hey, you're Grace the Sitting Duck.
Yeah, I know you. You're that nice guy who's always giving money to the less fortunate by losing at cards.
I thought I'd seen him before.
Oh, that's great. You think maybe he'd be willing to donate a little money to our cause, huh? How about a game, buddy?
Sweetheart?
Sorry guys, I don't play anymore.
Oh, don't worry. We won't bother cheating against a chump like you. Or maybe you're just chicken, huh?
Think I'm scared, do ya?
Well, prove it. Pull up a seat and empty your pockets. We can play as long as you like.
Let's go, Tinon.
Oh, running away, huh?
Does that chick look familiar to you?
Yeah, she kinda does.
Let him talk. We got more important stuff to do. That gambling crap is in the past.
I think I smell some bullshit. Oh yeah, still sure you want to run away?
I got a bad feeling about this.
There's something behind him. Something dangerous.
Sorry to bother you guys. Let's go, Tinon.
Hey, don't be like that. Why don't you stick around, huh? We'll go easy on you. Don't be such a girl.
Girl?
Did you just call him a girl?
All right, you bastards, that's it!
You!
Damn right it's me! How dare you treat my sweet Grace this way!
You? No. Are you the girl from...
You! I recognize you!
You idiot! You didn't recognize me till now?
Too late for me to regret that now. It seems I wasn't clear enough last time. Perhaps you need another lesson in manners.
Oh, no. We've definitely learned our lesson. Hey, guys! Bow! Do it now!
We're really sorry.
We promise not to do it again. So, could you please let us go this time?
Oh, I don't think so. I went easy on you last time. Now you're going to learn what real pain is.
No!
Wind, I summon you. Come to me. Throw my enemies into the sky. Shootar Vito! That felt good. It gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside to know I've done the right thing. Now, shall we be on our way, sweetheart?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the whole town?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, sweetheart, is this wall here?
Yeah, the Wall of Lamentation. We still call this place the capital, but it's been a long time since a royal family bought it.
I wonder, what could have caused this sort of collapse? For a long time, the Nation of Water was one of the most prosperous, powerful countries in the world.
Well, I'm sure the story is all about the White Tower and the Sword Surtur, but it all boils down to a bloody war. Maybe people made up all those stories about gods and demons so we wouldn't forget about the past. Of course, anyone who knew what really happened's been dead for a long, long time, so who knows what the truth is. Still, I think sometimes people worry too much about keeping a country around. It's not about the country, you know.
Huh?
Sure, this city's full of lowlifes like yours truly, but it's full of great people too. The kind of people who didn't care about my past, or that I spent most nights broke, passed out in the gutter. So what if the country's gone? The people are still here, and they seem to be getting on just fine.
You're right.
Yeah, I know, big talk coming from a guy like me. But that's what I believe.
Well, you make a lot of sense, but you got one thing wrong.
Just one? Things are looking up. Seems like most of the time I get everything wrong.
No, I was just trying to say that, well, you're not the lowlife you seem to think you are. What you're doing for Sophie is really great. Would a lowlife do that?
Well, maybe you're right. I guess maybe I've changed a bit after meeting Sophie and Mel and you. And here I am, doing something that matters. Oh, man, kinda went off on a tangent there. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up all that crap. I just have trouble sorting out all the stuff that's going on in my head sometimes.
Oh, sweetheart.
You're not gonna ask. Really? You don't want to hear about what happened to me? Why I'm like this?
No, I don't.
Well, that's a surprise. I was expecting you would. Had a comeback ready and everything.
I'm happy to wait until you want to tell me.
That's so. Well, I guess the time has to come someday.
When it does, will you listen to my story too? Sweetheart, are you